Okay, we're back. This is what Corey asked for. So what we're going to do is more cartoon stuff, industry stuff. So it's raining out. It's kind of cool. I'm glad we got the rain, and it's a good and bad. Heating pad on my knee. Um, Found out you can actually hurt your knee from sitting and drawing too much. So we got that. Um, Basically, as an anatomy lesson, the women only have two knees, so it's just the right knee and the left knee. So it's pretty simple. But for the male anatomy, it's more complicated because they have a right knee, a left knee, and a wee knee. So in this situation, it's a left knee. Um, and what we're gonna do is something got to do. I mean, did I really do that joke? That's what I do that joke at the school. Kids think it's cute. Um, what we're going to do is this is a Filmation folder, okay? This has nothing to do with it. Inside here are all the model sheets from Space Jam. So what we're going to do, the only rule is it has to be a model sheet of a character that's not already broken down, because I'm going to break it down for you. So we're going to close our eyes and reach in and grab just one sheet, pull it out, and let's see what it is. Oh, here we go. But this is a group sheet, so we're not going to do that. Want it to be an individual sheet. So we're going to go. And they're all been, there's not, I don't know where any of them are. So let's just grab one. Here we go. That doesn't work because it's Pepe Le Pew, but it's just the outfit. All right. We're hitting zero here. Okay, let's see. Just thought of this yesterday. Oh, here we go. But I think we already did this guy. No, maybe not. All right, he's really complicated. Okay, let's do this one. All right, so take these, put them back in. This guy's really complicated, so this will be fun. So we take the model sheets and they go filed right here. Okay, so that's filed, and let's have some fun. So here's the model sheet. Grab some animation paper. This is from Warner Brothers because we cut off the little tips. I don't know. Maybe it's proof that Warner Brothers run by a bunch of Jewish people because, they circumcised the paper. No, they just didn't want it to get in the way of the peg hole. All right, here we go. So here's our animation disc. And let's see if we have this thing lined up properly. Here we go. Okay, so here's the character. See it? All right, so what we're going to do is just grab, we're going to do this one. Okay, so you can use you see me guys? Here we go. You can use what you do in figure drawing. There you go. That's my lay-in. So if I was animating, that's all I would do. So that gives me the energy going this way. So that's it. In here, I now have the gesture. I have my anatomy, some proportions already done. So you need to draw so much that you just put it down. It's like signing your name. You just put it down. And because if you have to worry about drawing, then the stuff's not going to look, you're not going to have the story. How's that? If you don't know your story, you're not going to have your drawing. And this is kind of fun. Let's see if this works. And if you're worried about the drawing, oh, look at that. Coffee works to ramp this up. One of the funniest things for me in the studio was trying to figure out how to get all of the stuff to stay in one place. It would fall all over the place. Okay, so if you're worried about the drawing, you're not going to be able to tell the story. So we have to make sure that the drawing has a formula that you're following over and over again. All right, here we go. What do we have? We have a oval shape. I'm shifting him this way because the model sheet. I want to stack my deck. So he's going like that. So there's my rhythm shorthand. It's kind of a nice little S shape. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Got this nice inside shape. So it's all on the inside. He's got these big cheeks. I haven't drawn this guy before. I don't think I ever worked on him. So let's go. We'll take this to the mouth. So this is going from the top of his head, the very top, because it's a down view, which looks like most of them are on this guy. And then here's our center line. Okay, and this is working. Yes, we're doing good. Okay, this is going to be his lower lip. I mean, it's upper lip. And then we're going to give him a solid, give him that little Disney triangle thing. And then we're going to go give him that mask, really strong mask. But it's inside, it's pretty tight. So we got that. Come up. There we go. So we got that. Might as well give him the brow. And they did a good job. It's fitting on there pretty good. Then we're going to take that, combine our rhythms. All right, so there we go. Then we're going to take this back this way. So this follows. So it's almost like a snake. Or like a lizard. Goes like that. Like a snake. Okay, so we got that. And then we're going to give him his little nose shape, which is a nice little triangle. And this goes all the way down to his lip. Okay. Just have to bring the lip up higher. And remember, this is your blue pencil. You can do anything you want with this. We'll tie it down with the red. So this cheek actually flows right into the upper lip. That's a cool design. Okay, and then this goes this way. Here's his cheek coming from the bottom of his eye, over and around. We got those rhythms. Remember, we're learning the rhythms in school. If you're not focusing a lot on rhythms and rhythm charts and stuff, come to my school. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, with that. This is always. Okay, now we're going to use our cross contours. I'm going to walk down. I'm going to walk over. Okay, so this goes here. Big lower lip. Then we're going to go from, his cheek goes from above his eyebrow. That's wild. So that's going to have to go all the way around. Okay. There we go. We're going to walk over the top, and just before it turns, we have a triangle shape. He's kind of a reptile guy. Then we're going to walk over here to the top of the back here. So from the eye here, we're going to use this to find this area here, this cheek. And then we're going to, on the top of this, going to put another triangle shape. Okay. I'm going to walk across. So what you have to do is take this and walk it across to find the other side. So he's going to be turning. If he turns, this will be on that side. So you really have to be thinking 3D. Okay, we have this. There he is. He's like an old man. He's got his pants up really high. I wonder if he has a heating pad on his knee. I made fun of all my friends because they got old. And I was like, I'm not old. And then I think my calendar said, oh no, you're supposed to be. So we all kind of caught up in a day. But because I hang out with probably the most amazing new generation out there, um, keeps you young. Here we go. I have the new greatest generation at my school. I'm so excited. They were just great, great people, great kids. So really, really awesome. So our future is going to be good. Just a little blip on the radar. On the radar. Here we go. Yeah, these new kids, they can take criticism. They get the work done, and they're cool. They're still fun. They're not all drama ridden. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. In the end, just want to get a job done. That's all. Just want to get work done. Okay. And he's got this cigar. The cigar is a cylinder, so that's got to go way back. Yeah, just get your job done on time, on our budget, and don't be a pain in the butt. Your life will be great. Here we go. Okay. I remember years ago, my mentor, first name starts with a V. We were at, he had come to San Jose for, I guess we had him there as a speaker. I forget what it was. We're at the airport, and in line for McDonald's. That's how long ago it was because they had McDonald's. It was nothing better after 10 hours of straight teaching, 2 5-hour classes, to rush to the airport and get a Big Mac. Oh, so good. And you can order it by only using one of your 3 brain cells because you have to walk up and go like that because it was number 1 on the menu. 1, Coke, supersize. So you don't have to use a lot of words. And like Glenn said to me, this was, God, so many years ago. He goes, your students aren't going to make it. Your kids aren't going to make it. And I said, why? He said, they're going to finally realize that the studio is not your mommy. And I'm like, wow, you got that one right. So the studio's not your mom. I don't, just get a job done. Make a movie. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there you go. So that's your rough. See? Then you come in and tighten it up. Well, where did I have trouble? I had trouble here. So let's start with that. So let's go nose. And the nose clicks. The lips go on the either side of it. So you have to be careful of that negative space, because if the lips are a different color, you always want to be, just go get a color break. Go to Ink and Paint and say, can you give me a color? I mean, they gave it to us on Space Jam, so we got color Xeroxes, so we knew where the color breaks were. But you got to know, because, especially in cleanup, because this thing, it'll start dancing all over the place. Got a nice plain break here, so that's good. So the nose is here, you got this negative space behind it. If you're not careful, if there's a color break there, it's going to be dancing all over the place. So make sure you have it working. You've actually got a nostril, and then the shape's behind it. Again, that's important, this negative shape between the nostril and the bottom, because the nostril could be a darker color. And again, it's going to dance all over the place. Go across. See the nostril on the other side. Okay. This is actually a ball. So think of it as an eyeball inside. Okay, so we got that. Come around the other side here. Just you got to have your lines flow. So from this side to this side. So this line here on this side of his cheek, his eyebrow, that mask needs to go to the other side here. He's got a little flesh thing on the top. This one's mirroring, which is not good. So we don't want it to tween. So there's access here. I'll put the access here. Now, you have to follow the model sheet. So that's just for this. But maybe you can sneak away by drawing it right. Again, this is a ball. No, you're going to have to map out where these little spots go. But for right now, I can just place them. But if I'm going to do a long scene, I got to map it. So you just break it into thirds and halves and whatever. And you say, okay, it's going to be there. Because again, they can float. You're not going to notice it until it's on video when you're done. You're just moving at 24 frames a second. You're going to go, oh, shoot. Okay, can I make this narrower? Okay. Boom, boom. Cross contour. Now, this lip here has a concave, and you got an edge right there. So that's a really good thing for us because that's what you'll turn. You want to find the little access point and turn that. Think of it as a handle. You know, like a little point right here is a handle. Okay. First handle, second handle right here. And then when you're animating, you turn those things. Put your hand on, you turn it. So that's going to follow an arc. So it's a pivot point following an arc. It's pretty cool. And it'll keep everything. I think I got the terminology right. But it really works. Okay, and I forgot to put this in the cheek over here. Yeah, we put that in, goes around. It lines up with this. There's our guy. Okay, with his shape here. You got a line for every knuckle. That's interesting. Two lines for, no, one line for the knuckle. That's great. And really think they're giving us a good opportunity to show cross contours on the cigar. What's this guy's name? Swackhammer? Yeah, I never worked on him. I was more like the Monstar guy. I do superheroes and villains, which is pretty funny because I was never really a comic book guy. I was more like drawing Lady and the Tramp when I was a kid. But I guess when you hang out with the master Glenn Vilppu for 40 some odd years. Yeah, but even when I was really young, I did mostly the, uh, guys like me, burly, bad, boom, boom, weapons. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so let's turn on this light so we can get rid of that shadow. We get rid of the shadow. Let's turn off the lights ahead of me. All right, well, that's good enough. All right, and that's it. I got to turn off these lights, get rid of that shadow. Okay, want to do another one? Let's try it. Okay.